And I know you've worked with entrepreneurs, just the full gamut. I have to ask, because you're someone who has a lot of experience working with people, from those that have, let's say, 6 figures in investable assets to 7 figures to 8 figures to 9 figures, just having worked with so many people. And I get it, everybody's different. But what do you see as the differences between those individuals? Perhaps differences in mindset, if you will.
Yeah, the differences I see are, number one, serious discipline. I see those who get to that 8-figure and 9-figure level as just having serious discipline. And it's not just in their financial life, although that's required. There's a lot of sloppy 7-figure business owners who spend every penny they make. Their profits could go from 1 million to 3 million and they spend it all. Doesn't really matter that they made 3 million because they spent most of it. Whereas those who get to the next level have real financial discipline. That's a little bit highlighted in my book, Fit for Wealth, that talks about the discipline corollary between the pursuit of health and the pursuit of wealth and the principles that align together, where they really connect those two. And I see that discipline really weaving throughout the higher level clients I worked with. I'd also say they just think a lot bigger. They don't think that they don't deserve it. They just go for bigger goals. They don't really limit themselves by, I shouldn't need that much and therefore I'm not going to aim for that much. I think there's a lot of limiting beliefs that keep us stuck in the excellent, and they don't allow us to pursue that true unleashed freedom.
Yeah, I know you've mentioned in the past that financial freedom is closely tied to overall freedom. And I want to dig into this because it seems like most entrepreneurs start businesses because they're seeking freedom, right? If you ask enough why questions, it usually comes back to they want freedom in some way. And then this idea of financial freedom, I think, has become very popular, especially in the last few years. Like, everybody wants it. Why do you feel like this is more important than ever?
I feel like it's more important than ever because if you just look economically, that's my business degree, is economics, is the way the world is going. First of all, inflation is extremely high, and it's been higher than reported for a long time. So things are getting more expensive. And with things getting more expensive and debt becoming more expensive and interest rates are high right now, like, if you don't take some control of your financial future by being disciplined and really creating that financial freedom, you're going to be at the mercy of people who may or may not have your best interests. And the more obligated and tied down you are, the less you're able to make an impact, the less you're able to do good things, the less you're able to have that security in your future that you really are going to need or want at some point. Like, if a family member gets sick, your financial freedom allows you to potentially get them the care they need or provide the extra support they need so that they can be comfortable in a way that keeps their dignity. It also allows you to make an impact on the experiences that you can give to your family, creates opportunities for your team members, your employees. Like, financial freedom impacts way more than just you or you and your spouse. It's a big deal.
How would you define financial freedom? Because I think sometimes people throw this word around and it seems like sometimes they even have like the wrong number in mind of what they think that would allow them to do or what it would enable them to do. What does financial freedom really mean?
To me, financial freedom means, first of all, you have like stress-free money. You have money that comes in whether you are working for it or not. I use the word passive income because it's commonly used. I don't love it. I like stress-free money. I like money that comes in without any stress and doesn't require my thinking or any kind of my obligation of time commitment. I think financial freedom really just means that the stress-free money that comes in far exceeds the expenses and money that goes out. It's that simple. I mean, it's a cash flow for kids board game that we play with our little kids. Like, it's the opportunity to not have to work if you don't want to. I think the rest of us who maybe haven't yet achieved that are in that game of hopefully building towards that. But until we have that set up to where our investments are providing enough stress-free money, then we're going to be kind of stuck in that trap.
And I imagine for some people that are listening to this, the idea of financial freedom, it can seem like a pipe dream to an extent, or they say, hey, it would be nice, but maybe this is not possible for me. Or they just don't believe that the concept you shared of stress-free money, like that's a possibility. Or some people, it can sound like someone's trying to sell them something. Now, you and I know that that's not true, but what is the root of this? Is it just a lack of like financial education in our educational institutions, or like just people not learning the right way to be able to invest their money? What do you think is the root of it?
I don't blame the people who think that. I think it's overwhelming because there's so, like you said, Michael, there's so much information out there and people throw around the terms all over the place. I think financial advisor is a misused term. Like, people don't really know what that means. What is a financial planner? What is a financial advisor? Don't really know. There could be hundreds of definitions. Financial freedom is thrown out there like everything. Investment advice is everywhere from TikTok to Instagram to anywhere you want to look. And so it is difficult to filter out the noise and understand what's actually quality advice. I think that's a challenge today. And a lot of you attorneys out there are probably thinking the same thing. Like, anyone could pay money to put up a billboard, but the quality of advice is not the same at every firm.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same in my industry. Everyone can put up an ad or say the terms financial freedom. That doesn't actually equal quality financial advice. Stress-free money, financial freedom, I think it's available to everyone. The good news is the number is probably way smaller than you think. And in my first book, I write about how it's not the number, the lump sum. It's not that 10 million, that 20 million, even that 2 million that you need to have saved up. It's the cash flow that comes in. How much do I need to spend every month to be comfortable? And how much stress-free money can I create from the investments I've built up? That's where you really get that peace of mind and that confidence when you start to see that those numbers getting closer and eventually your stress-free money passes up your expenses.